Introductions. Hello everyone, my name is Krisha Moeller, and for about 4 years now I've been working in Los Angeles as an art teacher. Specifically, I teach digital media, which includes digital photography, graphic design, and web design. In addition to this, I'm also the founder and the lead volunteer for the Ask the Artist project. What is Ask the Artist? Ask the Artist is an educational e-journalism project that focuses specifically on the arts, including fine art, literature, film, music, design, animation, and games. You may find our website at www.freeartists.net/asktheartist. In short, we host weekly educational interviews or live lessons with viral or industry artists and writers from around the world. We stream these events in live time via video and or audio, and all these events are then recorded and stored in our public archive for teachers and students to access for free. It's sort of like having a digital guest speaker from the industry in your classroom. Who do we interview? We host live streaming interviews and lessons with fine artists, photographers, designers, musicians, dancers, filmmakers, actors, writers, poets, animators, game designers, media historians, media educators, media theorists, and media business advisors and lawyers. We have already hosted live interviews with over 25 different viral or industry artists and writers online, and our last live event, in which 10 such professionals attended, attracted a live audience of over 180,000 people from around the world. Why do we need more volunteers? I am pleased to say that after a short hiatus, we have just reopened the Ask the Artist project, version 2.0, and during this time we made a lot of upgrades to our platform and have expanded the project to handle more live events with a greater variety of artists. For example, as you can see from our new website, our project is now broken up into 7 different groups or teams, including Ask the Artist Design and Photography, Ask the Artist Film and Theater, Ask the Artist Music and Dance, Ask the Artist Literature and Journalism, Ask the Artist Fine Arts and Crafts, Ask the Artist Animation and Games, and Ask the Artist Theory, which includes education, business, law, history, and theory as they relate to the arts. However, because of this expansion, we are now in need of more volunteers to help support the new Ask the Artist project as part of our volunteer teams. We don't make any money off this project. We provide all the live streaming interviews and lessons that we record to the public for free for the sake of teachers and students. Now, we did just recently open up a Patreon campaign, which you can see at patreon.com/asktheartist for the purpose of helping to support us, but as you can see, this is still brand new. As a result, our project is entirely managed and kept active courtesy of a team of amazing volunteers, most of whom are college students in various media arts programs themselves. What do we offer volunteers? Every volunteer who works with us will receive a letter of recommendation and will be granted permission to claim all the Ask the Artist events that they have worked on as part of their portfolios. These include all live streaming and recorded interviews and lessons with well-known media professionals. Volunteers receive experience in and are taught about modern e-journalism practices, Web 2.0 skills, project management techniques, media copyright laws and procedures, and how to utilize live streaming video software, video editing software, and cloud storage tools. Working on the Ask the Artist project is also a great opportunity to meet and network with a wide variety of talented and successful viral or industry artists and writers from various fields. What do volunteers do? Now, there are a number of roles that volunteers can perform as part of the Ask the Artist project. 1. Research and invitations. We need volunteers to help us find viral artists and writers on the internet and to send them invitations to interview with us. 2. Agreements and scheduling. Volunteers will also help schedule live events with viral or industry artists. 3. Artist training and preparations. We need volunteers who can assist the artists and writers who agree to host interviews with us in getting prepared for their live events. This mostly just means showing them how to use Ustream.tv, explaining to them what to expect from the interview process, and so forth. 4. Promotions. We need volunteers to help us promote our live educational interviews and lessons via all our social networks by using Web 2.0 managing tools like Hootsuite, TweetDeck, and EveryPost. Volunteers will also help us host and manage side events like competitions, games, or monthly themes on all our social networks. Note that volunteers will get the opportunity to come up with their own ideas for such events for us to host. 5. Monitoring the event. We need volunteers to help the artists or writers host and moderate their events in real time via our live streaming video channels. In short, this mostly just entails moderating the chat room where viewers post their questions. Volunteers do not need to prepare questions for the artists or writers that they help interview. The viewers who show up to watch the live events get to ask all or most of the questions to the artists or writers in a chat room that appears right next to the video channel. The volunteers just moderate this. And 6. Video editing and follow-up promotions. We need volunteers to help us edit the video recordings from all our live events and to then upload them as videos and/or podcasts to all our social networks. We automatically record all the live interviews and lessons that we host for anyone who misses the live events, and then store them in our public archive where young artists, students, or teachers can access them for free online. Volunteers will use iMovie or another video editing program, like YouTube Editor for instance, to edit together the final recordings so they are optimized and ready for upload. We try to allow volunteers to choose their own roles or jobs, and we also encourage volunteers to switch around these roles so they don't get stuck doing the same job for every interview every time. Rarely will volunteers need to fulfill more than one role for the same event, or if they do, they should never have to do it alone. Now, not to worry if it seems like there are a lot of tasks to do. We do provide an online training course that will walk all new volunteers through exactly how to do each of these jobs, including how to work with their team, how to use all the necessary web tools or software provided to them, and so forth. We are a casual and supportive community of student volunteers, and your fellow classmates, other college media arts students, will be happy to help you out any time that you need it. What are the requirements? 1. Volunteers will typically only need to work about 1 to 3 hours per week, with up to 8 for interns, depending on the type of role that they are fulfilling and also on how many live events that we are hosting at any given time. 2. All volunteer work is performed remotely, meaning that you do not need to meet at a physical location. We work with student volunteers all across the U.S., and some of our volunteers even live in Canada. In other words, all of the work that you do for the project can be done from the comfort of your own home. You just need a computer with an internet connection. 3. Our volunteer teams socialize, communicate, and stay in contact via Facebook group and Facebook Messenger. We keep track of all the tasks that need to be done for the project via Trello.com, which is a project management website, and we collaborate on tasks via Google Drive, which is a cloud storage and file sharing service. No in-person meetings are needed. 4. You do not need to purchase any software or any other materials for this volunteership. All the web tools and the software that we use is free or else will be provided to you. Again, you only need to have access to a computer and the internet. How to become a volunteer. To be considered for a volunteership with any one of the 7 Ask the Artist project teams, please fill out the volunteer application form at www.freeartist.net/volunteer. You may direct all further inquiries to myself, Krisha, at missmoller.com, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you for your interest in our work.